Famcast Media. Bitch.
Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Let me tell you about my best friend. He's a warm-hearted person who loved me till the end.
You're listening to PIGZ Radio, broadcasting live from a secret location in Compton, California. The talk show that makes psychiatrists see other psychiatrists, other psychiatrists, other psychiatrists, other psychiatrists.
Other psychiatrists. It's not Sunday night, it's Monday night, and you know what that means. You probably don't, because it's Monday, you're not used to it, but I tell you one thing, it's going to feel familiar, like an old wet sock that you haven't worn in a while. I don't know, it's weird, right? Wearing wet socks? Don't do it. But what I tell you what you should be doing is be tuning in to the longest running weekly episodic podcast in the PIGZ-niverse, motherfucking PIGZ Radio. 15 years long, 15 years strong. One lonely piggy I beat today because bitch ass Zach isn't here. I don't know, he's doing, parenting or schooling or, being an adult. So shout out to Zach for being a bitch and not being here. But we love you, Zach. We miss you. We can't wait to see you again. I know you called in yesterday. Maybe you'll call in today. I don't know. Are you out of school? I should have even texted you to see if you were going to show up today. But he got tagged on it, and he knew that we were not going to start on time because it's PIGZ Radio, 9:45-ish, closer to 9 o'clock. But you know, it's a Monday. What else are you going to be fucking doing? Tune in live is what you should be doing. Once again, thank you guys for tuning in. That's PIG with a hard Z radio, Pigs Radio, all one word. Find us, poke us, send them dick pics. Do what you got to do to get socially involved with us. We like it. We really do. We're here on a Monday hanging out with, I think we're like new best friends. I became friends with like fruit bat people. Like it's to be crazy vampires and fruits and all kinds of vegetables and whatnot. Like we got a lot to talk about. We really do. But number one, Academy Order live here at Pigs, episode 561. Can't even fucking talk. Where's my bell? What the fuck? Why is that so far away from me? Hold on. That should not be that far. 561, guys. Got to wake up a little bit. We're instantly best friends, and I like having new best friends. I'm a little upset that I didn't catch you guys yesterday, but Academy Order is all over the place. You guys are nonstop. I just saw you guys. You guys are on a current tour. Just came through Long Beach, ran back through LA, and you guys are going to Albuquerque to like right after this fucking show.
Yes.
You guys are fucking wild.
We're an American band.
You know what?
We're cultural people.
As you should be, and most Americans are going to be fucking lazy, but not you guys. You guys are like true fucking 1% rock and rollers, because nothing's going to stop you guys unless there's no fruit fucking where you're going.
There's no fruit.
You need fruit to be powered.
I've survived some fruitless times, all right?
America might run on Dunkin', but
you guys run on
not
fruit?
us. We run on espresso and fruit.
I bring all the fruit up because, as you can see, there is a spread of fruit all over the table, guys. So if you guys are in the area, anyone wants a fruit, you guys can come down to the Secret Pigs location. If you have the address, you know where it's at. Zach, if you're listening, you know where we're at. Come down. You ain't down, little bitch. You ain't down. Hello? Oh, he's answering the banana. Zach, are you calling on the banana?
Banana phone.
This is sort of sensitive.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Okay. Don't call on the banana, but you guys can call in live into the show at 909-475-PIGS. Spell it out with a hard Z. That's 7449. 909-475-7449. Call in. Ask a question. Ask about the fruit on the table. Got it from the local marketery. I gave the name of the band away, but we need to do an icebreaker here on Pigs. If you guys haven't listened before, you're getting for a treat. We're going to go around the table. What you're going to do, you're going to give me your name, what you guys do in the band, and now that you're official part of the fucking Pigs universe, we are family. You guys are fucking pigs now. Okay? Fucking pigs. And the only way to be a pig, you guys got to squeal for me like a little piggy. So going around the table on top of your name, what you do in the band, you either give me a good pig's squeal, and if you can't squeal, you give me a pig's call.
Okay, you're summoning thing.
Yeah. Go ahead and summon that microphone closer to your mouth.
Oh.
How about
Yes,
that? Yeah, see, the
yes.
fruit was in the way of you in the mic, but now that the fruit's gone, now you can speak into it.
Yeah. The fruit is sort of an adjacent event to the microphone right now. Like that's. But I'm not first. This is deeply out of order.
Oh.
Yeah.
Am I first?
You're first.
Yeah.
Okay. I can't make a pig noise, but I can.
You haven't tried.
I know I can't, but
You
I
haven't
can.
tried.
I can do a bat shriek.
Okay, well, let's get your name before you get the bat. The bat
Okay.
streak.
My name's Norel, and I play synth, and I run the track, and I do vocals.
Hell yeah,
and
you do.
I
Run
might-
that motherfucker.
I have to. It's what I do.
What I do in the van.
Who else will do it? No one. No, I get to. It's great. I love my job. This is the office today.
This
with
is
you,
the office. Yeah.
our new homie. So now we're family.
Hey, whenever you guys in LA, the Pig Studios is haven for many bands. I can't. Hundreds of bands have fucking spent the night here. In between stops, if they play for me in my show, they play for here. So if you guys need a spot to fucking crash, we have inflatable mattresses and we have a couch.
Thanks, man.
So
Thank you.
and fruit on deck. If we don't have it, we'll go get it. We do have a lemon tree outside. And
saw
I
the
saw
lemon tree.
that.
amazing. You guys need to take some.
Impressive.
Because they're like lemon limes. They're fucking super sweet.
Okay. Oh. Okay.
Lemon. I might have to grab.
Matthew's a
grab
big
lemon.
citrus fan.
Might have to.
You know what? We'll make you a fresh glass of lemonade before you leave. How about that?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Sweet with some honey. Yeah. Oh, shit. I think you got a fucking boner right now. Love it. We did.
Definitely did not.
Okay. We need to get that screech, though. That back. Oh, wow.
There it is.
Good screech.
Okay, move on. It's Matthew's turn.
I have questions about the screech. That is not your first time screeching.
No.
You have practiced this.
Every good goth can do a bat screech. If you can't,
You know
you're
what?
posing.
Moving forward, I will ask all the goths to be screeching for me to see what kind of banshee harps I can get out of them.
You're welcome.
Jesus.
I do what I can.
I'm going to make that into a fucking soundbite button.
You should.
Just like this one. Absolutely. All right, who do we have next to you?
My name is Matthew. I do vocals in the band. And I also have a bat screech.
Oh, let's hear it. Ooh, yes.
That was like raptor vibes.
What was the feather one?
The feather?
The feathered one? The feathered dinosaur?
The feathered dinosaur.
Oh, the raptor.
Chickens.
The chickens, yeah.
Chickens, I think.
No, the raptor is the
The
other
little
one.
baby.
Little baby.
What were those called? I know what you're saying. Pterodactyl?
No,
No.
velociraptors, right?
No, those the velociraptors. Those are the ones on the floor. There's actual ones with like feathers and shit.
I mean, technically, like science, they all had feathers now,
Really?
right? Yeah.
Damn you,
it?
science! I didn't know that. Jurassic Park tells otherwise.
Yeah.
CGI is a hell of a drug.
Yes. I mean, Jurassic Park was made before like science had decided that dinosaurs had feathers.
Stupid Jurassic Park not getting your facts right and making me think that all dinosaurs don't have fucking wings and feathers and shit. Wait, so the T-Rexes even had feathers?
I think that's what they believe now. Yeah.
Really?
I think
like everywhere, like
Let
even
me-
the like gooch and shit, like
Let me
or just in the wings.
let me look it up.
Okay, get it.
I'm gonna try and find a picture of a T-Rex right now.
Well, why don't you introduce yourself first?
Yeah, we're getting all the information. We don't know where we're getting it from.
Yeah, who are you? What are you even doing
Who
here?
is this guy?
Edis.
Who is him?
These are all
Who
out of
is him?
date. Google, you failed me again.
Oh, fuck you, Google. God damn it.
Back to Ask Jeeves.
Throwback.
I am Henry. I am Henry. I play bass in the band. I cannot do a pig either. I think I can do a crow.
Oh, let's hear that.
Let's go.
Let's go, crow.
Ooh. He just crowed.
That is very like you are ready for cinema. You are ready for the TV, sir.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a good. I thought
You
a crow,
are the crow.
I thought there was a motherfucking crow sitting in the seat right now.
Yeah,
Jeez.
yeah, they should have cast me instead of Bill Skarsgård. Like,
Absolutely.
what was that? Like, why does the crow look like Machine Gun Kelly now?
That's a conversation for another time,
That-
or maybe never.
Is
I'd
it?
love to never think about it.
Is it? We're goths. Like, it's in our wheelhouse to talk about it.
Yeah, we've had enough conversation about how we didn't need a sequel, but the soundtrack's pretty cool. Be sure Trader's on the soundtrack, so that's sick.
Do you like
They
Traders?
did that right.
No.
Also, Skarsgård is a hell of an actor. So
Yeah, he's the guy to cast, but then they made him look like Machine Gun Kelly. I don't understand.
man,
I don't get it. It's Hollywood, man. I don't know.
Like, I was actually standing up for that movie up until it came out. I was like, no, Bill Skarsgård's like the right pick for a
Oh,
Crow
for sure.
reboot if you're going to do it.
Absolutely.
And then they released it, and I was like, what?
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
I've
Crow.
got it.
I'm gonna make that into a fucking
Yeah, my
button.
I will say the movie sucks, but I did like the part where Bill Skarsgård goes, "I'm gonna make them eat crow," and then crow's all over them.
Make a crow. Shout out to everyone joining us across the PIGZ-verse, across all your favorite social medias. Thank you for putting down the Pornhub and joining us tonight. We really appreciate it. El Diablito just joined us. Are those Cheetos or cheese puffs on the table? No, that is fruit. Oh, then he asked, did I buy that from my local fruit vendor? Unfortunately, this was a little bit more of a later evening, so we did not support our local fruit vendors. But normally when the elote lady comes around, I make sure to get an elote and esquite, the chicharrón, whatever them circle things are made out of. Like, yeah, we support. We support. As we're supporting today, Academy Order, their powers in screeching and crow sounds combined make this amazing sound that I got to experience it live at Supply and Demand at the Vampiros 2-year anniversary. Shout out to Omar, Los
Yes.
Oyos, Funkies. I'm dyslexic. I can never remember that whole fucking name, but goddamn, Omar, shorten it up, Los Oyos, Funkies, something. But 2-year anniversary happened at Supply and Demand. Amazing show. God damn, did you guys throw down. I made it just in time to see you guys perform.
Oh,
just in
yes.
time. I wanted to fucking feel that vibe and that energy. God damn. I waited until the end of the night like a true stalker until you guys were like by yourselves and with like not too many people hovering around you. Then I struck in and like, hey, do you guys want to come to my podcast? And it happened. And you guys are here.
This is an accurate read on how the night went.
And very much so.
And it did happen.
And it did happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys were outside being all like cool goth kids and stuff. And
Dude,
like,
I was quite literally eating a taco. Like, my relationship with that evening may
It
have
was
been...
soy chorizo.
Oh my god, those tacos
Remember
were so
the
good.
soy rizo
Yeah.
joints?
Dude, they were better than the actual dinner we ate.
Yeah, no kidding.
No.
Yeah.
Listen,
the streets came out.
listen. That's my stop traffic sound. You know? 'Cause
We're normal, well-adjusted
It's
people.
fine. Everything's fine.
So tell us a little bit about the band. How did the band even start and come about?
So quarantine was a fun time in Philly.
Actually, yeah.
Actually, genuinely. I mean, I've been playing in bands for a super long time. And then
What's up time?
10
10 years, 5 years, 15, 20, 30?
22 years.
Okay.
And I had just parted ways with the band before quarantine, and it gave me a lot of free time I didn't have before. So we, my wife, Norella, and I, we started writing some records, and then quarantine hit, and I got to write more records. And
Good time.
we had a relationship with some really cool labels in the U.S. and that do put spotlights on hardcore punk. And I wrote the EP in the mountains when quarantine was like maybe it'll never let up times in 2020. I had been ready to write a goth record for some time, and I just never had the time with all the touring, and suddenly I was free to do so. So we did. I wrote it. We went into the studio with our friend Zach in New Jersey. We got the tape out with Convulse Records, and then quarantine started to sort of lift, and we recorded, and signed an LP, and then we decided to start playing shows, and we did our first 5-day tour in March of 2023, and it was amazing. So we just didn't stop.
So you guys have been touring nonstop since 2023?
At first, it was just 5 days, and then I was going to treat it like I'd do anything else, a collective month and a half throughout the year. But something just sort of felt right about doing it. The sort of shows we were playing, and the response, and the sort of cosign of our mentors and the people that we know, and then starting the second tour, so July 2023, Henry joined, and it was such a good fit that we just didn't really look back. We booked our first full U.S. in the autumn of 2023, and then since then it's been like that was only a year and a half ago, but last year we played 100 shows.
God damn, 100 shows?
This year we're slated for closer to 200.
That's legit, man. Congrats. Number one, to be part of something where you have other individuals sharing that same passion is hard, let alone to be on the road and be playing a lot of these shows. I mean, that is true grit, determination. So congratulations on being able to stand one another and not fucking break up, unless you guys broke up a handful of times before even getting here. But you guys are here and you guys are vibing. I mean, I'm assuming as long as the fruit is a-flowing, you guys are going to be good.
In a matter of speaking.
Yeah. Before this, were you doing a different style of music on with the other bands?
Yeah, I mean, I've been playing in punk bands in one way or another for the whole 22 years.
Oh, okay.
The first 5 years of that would have been 12 to 17 for me, playing in street punk and D-beat bands with my friends where I grew up. In a way that kind of toured outside of the East Coast, that did not really start for me until I was about 20. And that was mostly hardcore punk. But, I've played lots of stuff. I did singer-songwriter stuff for a while, and, in quarantine I wrote 5 records.
Oh, shit.
For various styles I'd been wanting to explore. Norel and I did like a power pop project that Smart Punk Records was kind enough to work with, and it's technically not broken up. We just don't do a lot of shows with that.
You have to pick one.
Yeah, I do vocals in like a power violence band as well.
It's very good.
Called Drill Sergeants, and that also does not play very often. But my heart's been in the theatrical side of punk for a really, really long time. I would not be where I am at all without like the early '80s LA sound, TSOL, Christian Death,
The LA classics.
Even the Damned, and the UK bands are like, there's always this theatrical nature to what's happening. So it's been there from day one, but it's been very forward with this.
Got it. What all of a sudden? What decided at this point in your career you doing music led you down this route now, versus before?
Well, one, being able to think of it like a career is new. There's the music scene is the music scene, and I've always enjoyed my time in it. But it's very sociocentric, and it's more just like you're playing, like distinguished. Like in my mind, there was actually a difference between playing music and playing hardcore for a lot of my life. Like I didn't think of them as the same muscle group, but I think just time to myself. Norel and I have been married for coming on 8 years. And we had taken to the mountains when it seemed like the world was going to end, and it gives you a lot of perspective. You don't know how much time you have. The world didn't seem like it was ever going to get better 5 years ago. So, I don't know. With no sort of external pressure, I was able to write what I've always kind of been writing.
Got it.
Yeah.
The tone just changed a little bit. So then, how do you join the group and with this traveling show?
How did I join?
Yeah.
I guess Matthew already gave you a timeline of they started the project in quarantine. Was it 19 or 20 that you actually started it?
Well, I wrote the first release in 2020. Okay,
so like 2020 they started. He gave you the timeline. They started touring in March 2023. I joined July 2023. The way we got in touch is they're from Philly. They started the band in Philly. I'm from Tennessee. I've spent basically my entire life in Tennessee, and they during quarantine moved to Johnson City, Tennessee, which is where we all live right now, and we all met at the same church. We all go to the same church, and so we got connected there. And I had off and on been playing in like local bands that didn't go anywhere, and I'd basically sort of like retired that to focus on going to college. And like,
smart man.
Yeah. Well, I that degree hasn't really gotten me anything yet. So
But you have it.
I do have it. You sound like my mom.
Look, man, if you're gonna put into that time, regardless of that shit's doing, look, you put in that time and effort, you got that fucking thing. Like, own it, man. That's yours, regardless if whatever you went to school for. I mean, if you're not doing it now, at least.
That is true, and I appreciate you saying that. And I'm gonna do something with it eventually.
What's your degree in?
My degree is is Bible related. I was planning on going into full-time ministry after college, and I still plan to at some point. But obviously, this is what I'm focusing on right now because I love music as much as I love God. So this is what I'm sort of focusing on right now, and I'm gonna somewhere down the line get back to that. It's just sort of on pause right now. But so we got connected at going to the same church, and I don't know why, because like I said, I sort of hung it up and was focusing on what I was doing, but I just sort of like started like pestering Matthew over and over again, saying like, I do play bass. Like if you ever need someone to fill
wink,
in,
wink, nudge, nudge. Yeah, case.
Like actually looking back, I don't know why I was doing that, because like I really did think that was just like a thing in the past for me. But after about a year of that, Matthew called me up in May of 2023 and said that he needed me to fill in for Academy Order's second tour. And so I did that in July. And they liked me enough to keep me around, and now I'm a full-time member.
Fuck yeah. Wait, did you guys always start with just 2 on the road, or were you guys more amounts of people in the band before?
Yeah, so the way that I had originally written the records was to be a 6-piece band.
Shit. Okay.
And we had so the idea of 2 guitars, synth, 2 dual vocal, bass, and drums. And our first year and change of touring was 5-piece, so 1 guitar, bass, drums, synth, and 2 vocal. And then in August of last year, the guitar started to sound funny to me on stage. And we didn't have it's really just been Henry, Norell, and I from day one as the permanent people. That's what happens when you're signing quarantine and then move across the country, But fill-ins and homies and repeat fill-ins the whole time. And we have had some of the same drummers and guitarists several times. So I just stopped having one. I heard Henry practicing with the fill-in and playing the guitar parts to keep time, and I was like, this sounds so complete. Henry's a really capable bass player. And so watching him just own these parts and sound so clean after dealing with the guitar making things sound weird in my ears for a whole tour or two, I was just like, yeah, this is right. And then basically it started to get to be such a heavy touring schedule that I no longer wanted to bend our touring schedule around a drummer. And while that was floating around in my head, we had a fill-in that did a few tours with us, whose family was heavily affected by the hurricanes in North Carolina, had to fly home at the last day of a tour, and we had this big goth night in upstate New York, and I had this track of Just In Case for the drums and synth tracks, and we tried it out and we loved it. And so since then it's been off and on just 3-piece, and I can say with my chest that as much as we love the drummers we've worked with, for the most part, the 3 of us has been almost 100% of the time for months, and I kind of wish I'd pulled that trigger sooner. I can trust both of these people with my life, and they both are people I would never want to do this without.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's incredible. I mean, once again, to trust people with your life, I mean, that's some serious stuff. And you know what? You don't hear, actually, I do hear quite a number of times where people meet in church and start off, or they started playing musical instruments in church and then kind of got their build. So that's awesome. You don't get to hear that too often.
Yeah, it's the story of every good post-hardcore band from the early 2000s.
Is that where you learned to screech then from the church? That makes a lot of sense now.
Yeah, there's a bat sanctuary in the church.
I knew it.
That's no, never mind.
I would love to go.
That
to
would
bat
actually be
sanctuary.
amazing. I really wish there was a bat
I would
sanctuary.
cry.
Is it in the Belfry?
Yeah, so true, bestie. But yeah, no, that's it's been amazing. I really wish that I'd leaned into the 3-piece thing a long time ago. It's been the smoothest and sort of most. It's felt really right.
I mean, you just live and learn, right? You got to fucking live it to figure out if you like it or not.
It's true.
You got to try something once or twice to figure out if you like it. So, I don't know.
I've heard that. I'm glad that it's not like a rule I have to stick to.
Sure.
There's a lot of stuff I'm glad I haven't tried, right?
Or twice.
Once or twice.
Oh, okay.
But what I will say is this. I'm really willing to be inconvenienced for a better thing. That's like a trademark character aspect of who I am, for better or worse. This is the better thing.
I dig it.
This is the better thing.
As soon as I saw you guys perform live, saw that energy, got it, I'm like, oh shit, I'm intrigued. I want to know more. I need to book you guys, and I like to be part of the tour and the road. I don't know. We'll go. I book in different cities and different states. I think it'd be fun to do a couple nights here and there. And
where do you book?
Oh yeah,
Vegas, San Francisco.
Oh,
I want to play San
Fresno.
Francisco.
We still haven't played either of those cities.
Bakersfield.
Oh,
Yeah.
Bakersfield! I heard really good things about.
I do remember. I think I remember you telling us that at the. I'm blanking. Long Beach. What was the name of the venue?
Supply and
though?
Demand.
Supply and Demand. I remember you telling us that at Supply and Demand specifically. I remember Vegas because that was one we've been talking about how we've sort of missed it.
Yeah,
Up till
I don't
now.
understand why, but we've just never gotten to play Vegas yet. So
they're all different markets for sure. They all got their little niches and corners and whatnot. But I mean, there is small scenes in all these places. I think Bakersfield will probably be like second, like next underneath the LA and Chicago vibe.
Yeah, we stayed there for a while when we were practicing with the drummer in Whittier.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why.
But it was cool to stay. We've never played.
I don't know why we stayed in Bakersfield to practice in
Anaheim. I remember why. But anyway.
But like we did. I stayed in Bakersfield for 3 days, and I was like, this town.
Nice Planet Fitness.
Is very chill. Good, nice Planet Fitness.
Nice Whole Foods, right?
Nice. The Trader Joe's.
I don't think I've ever heard anyone say, "Oh, that's a nice Planet Fitness." Before.
Well, that's because you've never met health goths before.
You're right.
I remember,
or in Bakersfield at least.
You got us fruit.
The term is fruit bats.
Well, I remember specifically Bakersfield. Like all of the streets there are like freeway sized. I remember that.
Oh, they're big. Yeah.
Everything's huge.
Yeah, you can just.
It was also
just
really
drive
pleasant,
around.
like a lot of natural sunlight and.
That's how you know. That's how you know that like I've spent my entire time in the South is when like the thing I remember about a Californian city is that the roadways are all huge.
Yeah, no, Bakersfield is pleasant, man. I'd love to play Bakersfield.
Let's do it. Let's make this happen.
Yeah.
And Vegas.
And
Vegas. San Francisco. San Francisco. It's beautiful.
Have we not played San Francisco?
No,
we played
you'd
Berkeley
know,
typically.
We played Gilman.
Same difference almost.
Yeah.
It depends on whom you ask.
San Francisco's cooler.
But we played 924 Gilman on this tour and the last full US as well. And that was really cool for me personally. I mean, some of the bands that got me into music got their start there. So our equivocal on the East Coast closed down when I was a kid. CBGB.
Oh, right, yeah.
And so, like, it was actually really special to play Gilman for me. Though I know the novelty is probably personal, I still had a great time.
We had something very similar out here called the Vex. Shout out to Joe Vex, and he was a CBGB, but on the West Coast. So
let's go.
Everyone would do their entries, and he would tell me stories. Peppers, when they were nobodies, he played them. Fucking no doubt. Just anyone who was anyone. He had them all.
Wow.
He reopened that spot, and we were able to do an interview with him. It was wild, man. Like the things that happened in the past. Yeah, I think he had like someone die in his arms and shit.
Wow.
Like, dude, it's fucking crazy. But music has lasting effects on fucking people, depending on how deep you're into the scene and how long the roots run.
That is true.
Absolutely. So, we're going to take a quick break. We're learning a lot about Academy Order. Time to say our prayers and take our vitamins really quick. So let's go to the bathroom, go do some drugs for everyone else who doesn't believe, and then we'll be right back. By the way, we have that one track that we open up the show with called The Devil Spoke. Tell me a little bit about that before we play it.
Yeah. It's a postpunk.com referred to it as a dirge. And I heavily
dirge?
A dirge.
What does that mean?
It's
a
a
sad
mournful song.
Usually for like the death of someone, it's like a sad song about death.
It's a
songs about death or something.
Yeah, they refer to it as a dirge, and I heavily support it. It's just about the heartache of losing friends and people that you were once maybe a phone call away from, and almost how it's worse that they didn't actually die. Like they're just dead to you now.
Oh.
And you like you can't call them that. That wall's closed off. Whether it's for lack of your own character or theirs, that does happen. And we in punk especially kind of act like that's not a heartbreaking ordeal, but it is. For a lot of people, it's chosen family that they're losing. That actually was the first song I wrote for the record.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
I'm glad I picked it then, and we're going to hear it twice. I have a bunch of those dead motherfuckers, so fuck all you bastards. I'll see you on the other fucking side. Until then, The Devil Spoke live on PIGZ Radio, hanging out with the Academy Order on their way to more future stuff. So we'll be right back.
route. The sun had vanished from my optical axis. The weather suited me. As I stood in the rain, lamentations spread like the venom of 1,000 asps from the lips of a friend. And the devil spoke.
So I write again to impede the madness. But I know I'd like to make believe that I don't care at all. But there's something deeper.
You set a fire to take a life. The stone is empty, and I survived. I stay in the void of my prison, where I spent those days, enveloped by the smoke of anguish and unceasing pain. I saw the sun burn down as you lost the key. Stand to my name at the eulogy, and though you saw no sign of me, the devil spoke and you agreed. The devil spoke and you agreed.
So I write again to impede the madness. But I know I'd like to make believe that I don't care at all. But there's something deeper.
The devil spoke. The devil spoke. With every man that lies in payment, one thing that I can say for certain, we all end up with living vows. Ha! The snow within me seemed to worsen. I peek beyond the iron curtain as it drew. It's not so different than before. I long to be somebody else,
Hello? Mr. Statham? Yes, this is him. I know we talked about getting you on PIGZ Radio, but it's just a little surprise you're on now. So if you don't mind saying hi to Mario and the best Jason Statham.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Can you just say, hey, babies, listen to PIGZ Radio and Mario 81.
Listen, babies. Listen to PIGZ Radio, Mario 81.
So here on Pigs, we like to play the little game. Is that Jason Statham? Number one, does everyone know who Jason Statham is?
Yes.
It's been a while.
He's a actor.
Yeah.
Bald. Famously bald.
Famously bald.
Like Mr. Clean?
Talks like this. I'm Jason Statham.
I've probably seen him.
Oh, yeah. Okay, hold on.
Yeah,
I
you
need a
know.
visual. I know what
Yeah,
you're
can you
talking
show
about.
me?
From Crank,
From Fast and the Furious.
Hobbs and Shobs.
Hobbs and Shaw.
Oh, yeah.
Let
I
me
know.
see.
Yeah, he's Shaw in that movie.
There we go. So is that Jason Statham? Let's listen to that one more time.
Hello?
Mr. Statham?
Yes, this is him.
I know we talked about getting you on PIGZ Radio, but it's just a little surprise you're on now. So if you don't mind saying hi to Mario and the best Jason Statham, can you just say, hey, babies, listen to PIGZ Radio and Mario 81.
Listen, babies. Listen to PIGZ Radio, Mario 81.
Is that Jason Statham?
It sounds pretty close.
So are you saying yes?
No, I
You're saying no.
think I'm gonna lean towards no.
No. Okay.
It's the sound. It doesn't sound gravelly enough.
Not gravelly enough.
Yeah, the voice
Okay.
doesn't sound like he's been gargling asphalt.
Got it. Okay. What do you guys think? You guys think that's Jason Statham?
I don't know
Yeah,
who that is.
I think it's Jason Statham.
You think it is?
Yeah, I think it's Jason
I
Statham.
have no say.
Not a whole lot of my life changes if it's not.
Okay. I mean, same here. I don't know if it is or isn't. I'm going to say that it is because we had a conversation with him, but
Yeah, that's what I mean. Is like it kind of it's one of these things where like the lack of asphalt it doesn't actually. No. Here's the thing: is that a lot of times people play themselves, and like I've noticed. Like I don't know. Have you seen a Matthew Broderick movie where he's not just playing Matthew Broderick? You know, like
Have you seen a Matthew Broderick movie that's not Ferris Bueller's Day Off?
Yeah, I've seen a few. I yeah.
believe
You're the one.
Yeah, I just a friendly reminder. I'm of the age group where Inspector Gadget's live action.
Oh my
adaptation-
God, he was in that.
Yeah.
Oh
was,
my God.
Yeah, it's
was-
actually got kind of an
that was a
all-star
cool
cast
show.
too.
that
Oh,
was a classic.
you've ruined me.
Yeah, it's
You've ruined my night.
sorry,
Wow.
dude. That's,
Well, better look tomorrow when
That's
Albuquerque.
after all the fruit. I knew there was nowhere to go but down, right?
Who was Dr. Claw in that movie?
Rupert was it Hank Azaria? Am I making that up?
Are you serious? Simpsons guy was.
Am I making this up?
I've got to look
Google
this up.
it. Don't fail us, Google. While he's looking for that, hold on.
In case you guys don't know, we're chicks, and we love listening to PIGZ Radio.
You never know.
Welcome to PIGZRadio.com. We got a lot in store for you, so strap on and bend over.
PIGZ Radio. Once you come, you won't let go. PIGZ Radio. Sit right down and enjoy the show.
Is that right?
Once you come, you won't let go. Pigs Radio episode 561. Hanging out with Academy Order as they're on their way traveling. So what did Google say?
It was Rupert Everett.
I was right the first time.
not Hank Azaria.
Okay, Rupert.
The
Everett.
Close.
thing I know about Dr. Claw that will interest you, Mario, is
Yes.
he's voiced by Frank Welker, and he does the exact same voice for Soundwave.
Ooh.
It's the same guy doing the same
Yeah.
voice.
No, you're right. Now that
Yeah.
you point that out, that's true.
I'll get you, Gadget.
Yeah. That's
What? I didn't even think about that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
same guy,
Mind
same,
blown.
same dude, same voice. He also did that voice for the Cave of Wonders in Aladdin.
yeah, he did.
Yeah, Frank Welker's in everything. Like,
Oh,
look,
yeah.
like he was the original voice of Fred and Scooby Doo, and he's also the current voice of Scooby Doo and Scooby Doo.
That makes more sense.
He does everything.
That's amazing. By the way, we were geeking out earlier. Learned that you do voices and you do them well. We bonded over Transformers like true fucking nerds. We have the same Covenant of Prime book.
Yes, we do,
dude.
I'm on a quest to make sure I never get married by outing all of my like nerd stuff.
You're just gonna marry a nerd.
Yeah.
Listen, brother.
Matthew has no words, only sounds.
Screech.
I'm into much less cool stuff than that.
Like 77 Punk.
Yeah, I listen to punk on purpose all the time. I admitted on recording tonight that I play in a power violence band.
That's right, you did admit that, but
no song is over 2 minutes.
But you've already tricked your wife into marrying you, so you can admit that now.
I knew what he was, and I said yes
she
anyway.
Accepted him.
She
I said I'll never find a jawline like that again.
No, like you guys got married, and then like the night after you got married, you're like, I gotta admit something to you. I'm in a power violence band, and she was like, ah!
and that's where
I turned into bats and I flew away.
She turned into several bats, and then like after like a 30-second whirlwind, she came back and she's like, I still like you. And I was
we have committed.
We have a committed bats. I love this.
Yes, nice. I don't know. This is my.
There's hope for you yet, young Henry.
There's got to be some woman that likes Transformers. I don't know.
I'm sure there are at least 3.
At least 3, maybe 5.
Maybe.
I'm gonna go with more.
Yeah, well, that is. Listen, Mario,
I'm
don't
hopeful.
argue with my logic. That is at least 3.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I do have a fun Transformers fact for you. I didn't get to share.
Let's go.
So I went on the Chris Jericho Rockin' Rager at Sea cruise, and the first time I went, I was already I'm done. I'm in my room.
Yeah.
And what do I hear is the soundtrack to the Transformers movie.
Let's go.
And I'm like, is the fucking I forget the name of the track. I mean earlier, Destruction of whatever the fuck. Instruments of Destruction.
God, Emperor of Destruction, is that it?
There we go.
Emperor of Destruction.
It starts playing, and I'm like, what band is covering this? There's no way a band is covering this. Then they do another song from the fucking movie. Like, what the flying fuck is going on? I get out of my bed. I dress myself. I run downstairs to where the band is. I'm listening to where the shit is happening.
Yeah.
And it's the original band it's Kick-Axe.
Are you kidding me?
Did not know, and they are playing. And I'm like, all right, I had already missed like a handful of songs.
That's
sick. But I caught the rest of the set. Come to find out, they are now playing the last day. They're the last band on this fucking cruise. I'm like, cool. I checked out the whole entire thing. Chris Jericho comes out. He's drunk as fuck right next to me. And I'm like, I'm singing along. He's singing along. He's looking at me all drunk. Like, how do you know this song? Like, bro, like, Kick-Axe is my shit. I've been rocking out since 86 to this. Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
They're from Canada, and they're one of his favorite fucking bands because he's from Canada.
Oh, that's sick.
So he brought them on the boat. And
I
I'm
love
like,
that.
Fuck, that's insane. So I got to see Kick-Axe do all their songs and obviously all the other stuff. So
yeah, dude,
insane.
Matthew, you'd appreciate this as a music guy. Like the soundtrack for the '86 Transformers movie is like off the chains. It's got like Weird Al and Stan Bush and Kick-Axe on
Stupid.
it. Yeah, Dare to Be Stupid. Like that's where
so good.
Yeah, that's like where that song got big, was that movie. And you'll love this. The main villain is a planet that eats other planets, and he's voiced by Orson Welles.
So good.
What?
Yes.
Dude.
Orson Welles died. That was his last role. He died
Yes.
6 days after finishing voice work for that movie.
Dude, that is actually so sick.
Yeah,
like that rocks.
Orson Welles' last movie was voicing a planet that eats other planets. And there's a quote from one of the other guys who worked in that movie. And the exact quote is, "The irony of Orson Welles being a planet-sized villain that eats other planets was not lost on anyone."
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah, because he was super fat.
You ever heard the old saying, "As a man thinks, so he is"? That's the. Rest in peace. What a legend, Orson Welles.
And the epilogue of Orson Welles' autobiography that was like published after he died. The epilogue is him talking about that movie where he's talking to his biographer. It's not a biography, it's a biography.
Sure.
He says, "Do you know what I did today? I voiced a toy in a kid's movie. I voice a planet that eats other planets, and I menace something or other, and then I pull myself apart on screen and die."
By the way, his
You can't
voice His voice in that fucking movie, he is Unicron.
Yeah, it's Orson Welles. Like he hated every second of it, but he still did an amazing job.
Hey, you gotta pay the bills, man.
Yeah.
Guess what? I'm gonna be a fucking planet. That's
Yeah.
right. Do some Orson Welles shit. Eat that fucking other planet.
Me when I'm bulking.
On fruit? It's like a giant fruit eating another bigger fruit.
Thank you for translating. I didn't understand what you were saying before. I was lost by the whole. Was the P word you use? A planet? Is that right? But now that you said fruit, I get it.
Yeah, it's just like a fruit eating a
Now
bigger
there's
fruit.
like vitamin C involved. You
There
know,
you go.
The movie also has Judd Nelson and Eric Idle in it.
That's insane. Are you serious?
Yeah,
Yes.
and Leonard Nimoy. Like the cast of that movie includes Leonard Nimoy, Orson Welles, Eric Idle, and Judd Nelson.
Dude, Judd Nelson, what a G.
Yeah, I know.
Wow.
By the way, they just had their 40-year anniversary DVD out and it's on sale right now.
Yes.
So
I saw that.
yeah. Sorry, we nerded out. I need to get back into the.
I had a sneaking suspicion the cast list would interest you because it makes no sense that all of those people worked on an animated Transformers movie, but they did.
And a planet eating another planet.
Yeah.
The 80s comic sphere is rife with incredible lore and castings. I am aware, but now I'm even more aware. Thank you.
As I'm aware of the band and your immersive lore, and as I'm getting to learn a little bit more about the band. By the way, ballerina in the band.
Ballerina the band.
Ballerina.
That would be Narelle. That's
I do be dancing.
That would be Matthew.
I mean, Matthew do be dancing.
Yeah, that's what I look like before all these kids, you know, like that. It's just like,
When he still had your figure.
that's I looked like a feminine pale girl.
Yeah, when you're on Remember of the Night, like
Now, this is what he looks like when he cuts after he bulks.
Yeah, that's
It's
what
like
that's after that's when I'm not bulking, I'm cutting. It's like different fruit, right? Yeah,
It's different fruit.
Different
It's
fruit.
cantaloupe. No.
Honeydew.
You're eating celery because it has no calories.
Cantaloupe. That's what you've been looking for on tour, right?
I want some.
The animal?
With some chamoy.
Antelope. Oh, okay.
Antelope.
You're into the locker. You go.
By the way, we haven't even talked about it at all, but the band's going to be playing in just a little bit, guys. The live performance, as they performed last night, you guys are going to perform tomorrow in 2 states away. You guys are wild and fucking true rock stars.
I keep remembering we've got that drive tonight.
Are you stoked, bro?
Dude, I don't know. So what? We're gonna get to Albuquerque at like noon tomorrow.
Yeah, I already told that.
And then we gotta load in at like 6 o'clock at the venue.
I
It's
mean,
gonna be wow sick.
it's what we call shifts in the van. Then, I'm thankful for melatonin and stretching and hydration.
I thought you said melanin.
I'm thankful for that too. Yeah, but I'm thankful. It's actually been this. It's stuff like this that makes me thankful we're 3 people who care to take care of ourselves, because this would be absolutely miserable without it. Like, honestly, like.
Now it's only kind of miserable.
Okay, here's the thing:
miserable.
is like, jokes aside, the 3 of us have done more than one like 40-hour drive. Like,
Yes,
we've done the full U.S.
We've
tour.
driven from L.A. to Johnson City, which Johnson City is not a well-known city. It's on the border of Virginia. We've driven from L.A. to the border of Virginia in one go.
like 2 or 3 different times.
3 times.
Yeah.
But to be fair, I don't want to count like one of those, because one of those times we did stop at a rest stop and like sleep for 4 hours. Yeah, I don't want to count that one.
Okay, it doesn't count. That's fair.
We've done it twice though. There are 2 times that count.
We're basically truck drivers.
Yeah.
You guys, that's insane. So, has that been the longest trip then, and one solid like rotation?
Yeah, we've never done more than 40 hours. But here's the thing.
I don't think we've ever hit 40 hours
It was
either.
like 39.
Yeah,
was like
we've topped
30
out at
some.
like 38 or 39 or something.
That's close to 40. I'll claim 40 on that, bitch.
Well, the thing about it is, though, man, is that like as we do more, like we do more, but we do it. I've come to find we're doing it more efficiently now. Like on our way out to kick off a portion of tour in Colorado, we broke that drive into 3 days, and that was super worth it to me. We all appreciated staying with some friends and being able to, go to the gym and sleep it off those days. And we're doing something similar on the way back. There's a few drives that I know of on for the rest of 2025 that'll be that like 8 to 12 hour range. But like,
What are we gonna do to top the 40-hour one? Like, are we gonna?
that's what I mean is I don't think that's possible.
Are we driving
right?
to Europe?
Yeah, that's the plan.
I mean, we could drive from the bottom of Texas to the top of Canada.
Like for all the things that we do, like there is functional purpose. I have no interest in because it's cool to drive for that long. So I'm glad we're breaking it up on the way back.
I'm kind of interested in that.
I know this about you. I'm glad that we have friends in cities along the way. But finding out Albuquerque to Memphis is only like 14 hours is cool to know.
Yeah, it's only 14 hours from Albuquerque to Memphis. That makes sense because it's 8 hours from Memphis to where we live. So 11, 14, 8, that adds up to like the 39 that we did.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Give or take.
Now let me ask: have you guys hit all the states already?
Yeah. So no. So the
What's left?
It's Texas, Louisiana.
What? You haven't hit Texas?
Have we not hit Louisiana?
No.
We Texas.
Like we've been through, but we haven't played. There's a reason for this though. There is. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Is there something else?
Texas, Maine, Alaska, and Hawaii, and Louisiana.
Alaska. Maine. You're right.
Yeah, we've not hit Maine.
Yeah.
I know that because Alaska and Maine are the only 2 states I've not been to yet.
Okay. Yeah.
Maine's pretty.
The
fun.
reason that we haven't hit Texas is because like we were supposed to on the first full U.S. And this is before we knew we liked playing with a track. So rather than fill out some of the Texas and Louisiana dates that we had. We decided I'd like cut 10 days out of our tour to train a different fill-in drummer. Now that would be a different scenario, and we are certainly planning on hitting Texas this year as well as New Orleans. Texas is too cool.
Have we hit West Virginia?
No, we've never played West Virginia. We've just spent a lot of time there.
See, that's where it gets difficult for me because, like, I know, like, the 4 we've not played, or, like, the 4 big ones. I know we've not played Maine, Texas, Hawaii, or Alaska, and then I know that there are a couple of others, but I can't remember what they are because I've been to all the other states besides Maine and Alaska, so I can't really use that as, like, a metric for, like, where we've played or not.
I can hard confirm that we have not played West Virginia. Texas or Louisiana, and then Maine and Alaska.
Now, out of all these states, has anything weird happened? Is there some kind of weird scenario that sticks out?
Like that? Why we haven't played the other?
No.
ones,
Like I'm talking about the other states you have played, live shows, being on the road,
weird stories. I mean, I guess we could think of a few. Some of them I can't. Some of them like I can't say. Like,
that weird?
I don't know. I can't really think of anything too weird. I mean, we're a band and we're playing in front of lots of different people all the time. So, like, you're going to get interesting fans sometimes.
Sure.
Like, you're going to...
What's been the most interesting fan, then, if that's the word we're going to use?
I don't know, man. I just work here. I like the... I will say that, like, I can't really think... I think I can think of far more things that were really cool that happened than things that were...
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, I can think of the best shows.
Do you want me to grab you water, man?
No, I've got water. Okay. It's not helping. It's the thing.
I'm sorry, man.
Okay, so what's the coolest thing? What's been one of the best shows out there on the road? What state and what city?
Gosh, best shows.
I mean, to filter it down would be really hard, but I can
love
name
Buffalo, New York.
Yeah, I was gonna say I can name a few of my favorite.
Okay.
Shout out Rin.
Yeah,
and
dude.
our homies.
Shouts out Buffalo, New York. Upstate New York has been immediately good for us. I mean, so we, like I said, we've only been a band playing shows for just over 2 years. So like the having a fan base anywhere at all is sick.
Yeah.
But one of the first places that was like, hey, in the email, like I want to get you guys up here. And like I want to build a show around you, was in August of last year, maybe June, and it was our friend Rin from Buffalo, and they had us up for a goth night. And Buffalo, New York, I don't know if you know geographically where that is. That's almost Detroit, and it's almost Canada. Like it's not near New York City.
You can see Canada from across the water.
It's like 7 or 8 hours from. New
It's
York
like
City.
literally across the river from.
It's the
Canada.
only time I've ever seen Canada.
It's like it's not New York. It's not near New York City or anything.
Do you remember how she found out about us?
Yeah.
Yes, Discogs.
She was scoping bands like us and found us. Like,
Well, she specifically found us on like a torrent site where you torrent.
Yeah, and then Rin was like, I wonder if I could get them up here.
and reached out. And then, honestly, that's not that weird. I mean, like but their scene is amazing. We've never played a wax show for that crew.
Yeah. I enjoy, but like anytime you say we're playing Buffalo, like I breathe a sigh of relief because I know we're gonna have a good show.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, also just their music scene is very vivid. They have oi bands. They have their punk bands. They have
like,
their
their scene feels like they were reading my diary. You know, like
it's
all the
very good.
Like everybody's spiky and goth and oi centric and all together at once. And all their oi bands play in hardcore bands and play in goth bands.
Yeah, and all their DJs are very cool.
And all their DJs
as well.
are cool.
But it's cool because you don't just have Buffalo, you have Rochester and you have Saratoga Springs. So we get to go up there and play with all of our friends, like Super Dark Mondays for
Troy, Albany, Saratoga.
I feel like in terms of like scenes that we've enjoyed, I can't even, I'm blanking on it, but like we just played, not Albuquerque. Where did we play in Nevada?
Are you talking about Farmington, New Mexico?
New Mexico. Like we've found out there's a great scene in New Mexico. Like we've had 2 really good shows there.
Yeah, like so like the thing
I specifically feel like shouting them out because like that scene actually clung to us pretty quickly.
Yeah, I will say this, like one habit of ours, to answer your question, is like at the risk of sounding like one of these entrepreneur Instagram dudes with his hand folded into a triangle on the profile pic, I don't love doing off days. Like it's just not like it. We like playing music. So like if I know we're gonna have off days, I will try to find out if there's an adjacent smaller city that is cool. And some of those have been some of the best shows we've played and scenes that we now know never to skip.
Casper, Wyoming.
Casper, Wyoming. What Henry said, I heavily agree with. On this tour, we had a couple days off. We played Farmington, New Mexico. It was like a weeknight.
Incredible.
A good crowd, like a good amount of people for a city like that. They fed us. They were very supportive, and the scene and then there's oi bands there and punks and actual goth nights that they're trying to make happen.
Shout out Class Violence.
Shouts out Class Violence. Shouts out Usual Suspects. That's the more oi one. And then on the way back down through that area, we arranged another show, maybe 10 days of promotion or less, packed house on like a Tuesday or something.
Yeah. It was so sick.
And so I don't know, man.
Where does Brian live?
There's a lot of Brians. Which one? Are you
Brian Griffin?
About?
No, not Brian Griffin.
Quahog.
I'm blanking. He put on our first 2 shows wherever he lived. He did not put on the most recent one we did.
Rapid City, man.
Rapid City's a good one too. I wanted to bring that
City,
up.
South Dakota.
Yeah, finding out that there's just popping cool punk and goth scenes in the Dakotas and I think that if it comes to every tour that we have new moments that really really bless us.
I also like the middle of the country, Iowa City.
Yeah,
Iowa City, Iowa.
Cool.
What is
Sioux City? Nuts to us.
Yeah.
We just got done, and then there's other things that I guess I will tell you, as we grow as a band, there's things that have really blessed us that make me feel like I'm 8 years old and I'm I don't even know why you did this, which is there are some scenes on this last year where people are yo, you're a headliner in the city, you can come we just got done co-headlining this fest in Minneapolis, which is one of our favorite scenes to play.
Yeah, Minneapolis is fantastic.
And so we played we played a theater.
Yeah. We played with Temple
and The Rope
and Death
Shouts
Charge.
Out.
If you're a Death Rock fan, Death Charge.
Yeah, Death Charge. You said
Tacoma.
the Rope was a good one. Stranger
the
Gallery,
Rope.
dude. Shout out Stranger Gallery. I love Cody.
Cody's the man.
Cody's awesome.
And then Nealon in Seattle and Tacoma.
Tacoma.
We just got done headlining night 1 of the Death Rock Fest on this tour.
Witch Hands, dude.
Witch Hands, Colorado.
Witch Hands, and isn't Aaron used to be their guitarist, right?
Yeah.
I'm only asking that to segue. Also, shout out Funeral Process.
Yeah.
I love those guys too.
Shouts out Albuquerque, dude. Picking a favorite scene in the coolest is impossible.
I think the
and
coolest...
also, we've not talked about it at all, but very specifically, since we're talking about people who have blessed us and we like a lot, shout out Bitch Flower.
Yes.
I
oh my
love
God.
Bitch
Fort
Flower.
Collins.
Yeah.
Fort Collins, Colorado. We've never played a wax show there. Shouts out Miguel, Front Range Fury, Bitch Flower, Steven and Brooke, and all them.
Bitch Flower is one of the sickest bands I've ever listened to.
Yeah, they sound whole as a hardcore band. They're nuts. Oh, shit.
I think they I saw on Spotify they described themselves as psych punk.
That's fair. I'm still calling it, like, it's so adjacent to that gutter, like that gut bucket rock sound of like whole
Okay,
like, 90s
wait.
stuff.
Speaking of, listen, it's story time. We played Fort Collins on this tour.
Yes.
And we played in a barn in a caged
Oh my God,
stage.
we did.
Hold on. In a caged stage, okay? It was fenced in, okay? And before we played, first of all, there were some DJs before us that were really good and some like Midwest emo that played. And it was like a packed barn. And there were kids inside and outside. There was probably like 300 kids. It was crazy.
Nutty.
It was packed.
Nutty.
And that was wild because Foco MX was going on, and that's like a local music festival thing. But anyway, we show up, these kids start pouring in, and then we are headlining, or near headlining.
Yeah, they cushioned us with the guys who booked the show, which are these 19-year-old kids who are playing like Prodigy-style trance stuff.
It's so good.
And like, and they nailed it. Like they
So good.
and they broke our cage within 2 songs.
Yeah, the kids were moshing so hard they like took the front off.
It's 1998 in Fort Collins,
but I
Colorado.
we just kept playing like that. Like the PA fell on Henry, it messed up his pedals, and I just kept playing. Yeah, it was wild. And so these kids were just. But it was cool because we didn't stop. And then the kid's dad comes in with a drill like to the back, and he's like drilling stuff. We had the whole
they were repairing the stage while we played it.
Yeah, it was it was incredible. So that was one of the coolest things I think on this tour. Also, just like playing at Supply and Demand.
Shout out Club
like,
Vampiros.
Yes,
was so
playing
sick.
with Calavera, playing like it was just so much fun.
Also Omar
Omar,
rocker.
yes,
Yeah.
Omar
Like,
and his wife.
We played Supply and Demand to maybe like 5 paid the last time
The
we were in
first
this
time.
area. And then so like having us when was supposed to be an off day like co-headline a fest with the Mexican bands was sick.
It was
like
very cool.
and then having that like just like it felt like a big family party.
Yeah,
And
it was awesome.
I don't know, man. I could if you don't shut me up, I'll tell you for the next 4 hours about all the cool people we've met doing this so
Yeah,
far.
that's been like the best thing, making friends.
Yeah, but like there's this country is packed to the brim with cool goth punk and oi scenes and
good to know that the scenes are striving no matter what state you go to.
Yeah, and like I'm specifically like the bands were all shouting out like Witch Hands, Bitch Flower, like Stranger Gallery, Funeral Process. Like I just keep thinking of bands I think are sick because like I want them to like do more. I want them to succeed and like tour more because like they deserve it. Like
it's true.
Especially the Rope.
All of our homies
the
are
Ropes.
sick.
Dude, I regularly try and like keep a list in my head of all the bands we played with that are sick so that like I can shout them out whenever I get the opportunity.
Yeah. We're spoiled with good company.
And that's amazing. I mean, you need to keep that kind of momentum around you so that you can kind of give it out as well. So, I mean, keep it with like-minded people, good people around you. Keep the trash people away because all they want to do is be trash. So, fuck that trash.
I gotta go.
Except for raccoons.
Yeah.
Except for
I like
raccoons?
the raccoons.
Likes raccoons.
They're trash. They're trash people.
They are trash people.
Trash pandas.
Trash pandas.
Trash
babies.
pandas.
Once again, I want to thank you guys for number one taking time throughout this tour to stop by. Once again, you came through here, you rolling through back, and you're on your way for a fucking 20 billion hour drive to the other side of the world right now. Where do we follow you guys on the socials? Where do we listen? Where do we go?
Yeah, so we're the only band called Academy Order, so you can Google and you can find.
We're on all the streaming.
We're on everything. We didn't even have to upload most of it. Just want to take a moment to thank Protagonist Records and Convulse Records for working with us initially and first.
And Death
Wish
for
Records
distro.
for distroing everything. You can find us wherever. Instagram's the best way. We have a Facebook and a Twitter or X, whatever, technically, but I would look at Instagram.
I didn't even know we had Twitter. I didn't know
we
that.
do. I got the name because we're the only.
You gotta
band.
do it.
Gotta
take it.
But we are also working on a sophomore LP right now, and so keep your eyes out for what that will be, and
Nice.
when that will be.
I'm excited. We're going to take a quick break, and then we'll come back. We're getting a live performance from the band. In between that, we're going to play this track, Remember the Night. What do you want me to remember about?
Oh, my life is a constant story of mercy meeting me in my worst hours. I shouldn't be here.
Oh, you are?
But I am. And if I'm here, I shouldn't be doing this well. but I am. And so remember the night is yeah, it's a diary entry about my life being covered in mercy.
Facts.
Yeah.
Get your mercy right now. We'll be right back.
I gotta stop.
Do you ever feel like you're being watched? And would it haunt you to know you're right? I was there when you found the trail of the ocean. I was there when you fell asleep in the light. I remember the years you spent. I remember the blood you let. I know when it's time for you to die. It begs the question, would you prefer the folly? Such crooked lordship, such brittle fate. I was there when you found the trail of the ocean. I was there when you fell asleep, basking in the light. I remember the years you spent, the blood you left, the tears you wept. I'll be there when it's time for you to die. I was there when you found the trail of the ocean. I was there when you fell asleep, burning in the light. I remember the blood you let, beaten dead by the devil of regret. I'll be there when it's time for you to die. Taste the air when you are falling. I was there when you were drowning. Remember the night. With every man that lies in payment. One thing that I can say for certain, we all end up with living vows. The snow within me seemed to worsen. I peek beyond the iron curtain as it drew. It's not so different than before. for our set of cages. We all believe we broke it out. I love to be somebody else. Ran with every tear. Someone I envisioned. Is that what you want to hear? Demonstrating these motives. But those were different years. And I am different men. Well, that's you kind of fear.
I saw the theater burn. I saw them take a bow. I saw no lesson learned. No one enjoyed the show. And yet they still play. Another plastic homage to another plastic god.
I love to be somebody else. Ran with every tear. Someone I envisioned. Is that what you want to hear? Demonstrating these motives. But those were different years. And I am different men. Well, that's you kind of fear. I started out on the pavement, cold covered the street. The sun had vanished from my optical axis. The weather suited me. As I stood in the rain, lamentations spread like the venom of 1,000 asps from the lips of a friend. And the devil spoke.
So I write again to impede the madness. But I know I'd like to make believe that I don't care at all. But there's something deeper.
You set a fire to take a life. The stone is empty, and I survived. I stand in the void of my prison, where I spent those days, enveloped by the smoke of anguish and unceasing pain. I saw the sun burn down.
PIGZ Radio episode 561, hanging out with the Academy Order on their way to everywhere around the world to give you the screeches that you deserve, to keep you up at night, to make you think about what you did in the day. But seriously, all jokes aside, I'm very appreciative of everyone who ever comes to PIGZ, but let alone people who are traveling. The roads are fucking weird and wild, and it takes a lot of time and dedication, and, you know, and it takes a lot of cool people to be doing cool shit and be around other cool people. So thank you guys for taking time out of your fucking busy schedules and just hanging out and talking about yourselves for, you know, an hour and a half.
Thank you so much for having us, man.
Man, it
You're
was
a
that
rocker.
long.
Let's see. Make sure I get all these mics on. Yes. So very special treat. We're going to have the live performance from the band. What's going to be our first track tonight?
The intro, Pulse of Ire, and the Glow.
Amazing. Are we ready?
Wait, hold on. Check.
Do, re, mi, so, fa, la, si, do.
Nice.
Yeah, thanks.
All right. Can you guys hear yourselves okay?
Yes.
Yes.
Perfect.
Cool.
Let's go.
This is not hatred. This is retribution. This is not revenge. This is justice. But this is only the beginning. Your final judgment will come from God.
Devil did speak.
I heard him. Salted.
Oh shit, that was the last song? Oh, god damn. I'm rocking out, just having the best fucking time. I didn't realize that time has already gone by. If you guys enjoyed that, as you should, you guys need to follow this band no matter where the fuck they're going across this beautiful country, no matter what state they're going to be hitting up a venue near you. Once again, where do we follow you to get all the details and dates and upcoming tours and new album on the horizon?
You can follow us at Academy Order. Instagram is the best way to do it, though we are Academy Order everywhere you can find us. Spotify, everywhere else, too.
Amazing. Thank you guys so much for hanging out and indulging in some Californian fruit picked by our local natives, I'm assuming. Where else does fruit come from? I appreciate you guys so much, and I'm looking forward to seeing you guys live on a stage very soon near me. And now I'm going to have to follow you guys 14 hours from now into the future, into New Mexico.
You coming?
Down. Totally down. On that note, make sure you guys tune in. I think we're back on Sunday, maybe? I don't know. Wait. Let me get this shit right. Hold on. No, actually, yeah. This Sunday with the band Pink Light. Happy on the 18th. It's an early show. We're probably going to be starting about noon. So you guys go and check that band out. And once again, follow this band no matter where the fuck they go. Follow them, Academy Order, across all your favorite socials. And on that note, pigs out.
And now, ladies and gentlemen,
Zach, you bitch.
Hey yo, DJ, stop the music! Countdown! 5, 4, 3, 2.
Initiating shutdown sequence. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. You're cool. Fuck you, I'm out.
This show may cause birth defects and/or cancer. Void where prohibited in the Southern Red States. Official sponsor of the Special Olympics. Not really. 2% financing available for nothing. See your official Toyota dealer for recall as penalty for not buying American. This show may cause massive amounts of marijuana consumption. This show has been a joint venture of cockballs and ass. Free salad tossing available. Upon request, visit robertreese.com. Sexual relations among cousins is not incest.